Hello everyone, I'm now going to be showing you some of the simplicity of how to use our product. Hopefully you've watched the first video that just navigates through the basics of how to access the platform, switch to your language that you need. Now what we're going to do is show you how to use the app in the environment that you'll be working. So the first thing we'll do is we'll access and just navigate and remind ourselves how to use the app. So the app will be simply on your mobile and you will click into it, and essentially you will go into settings. This is how you would log in. You would choose, effectively you'll see we've set up all the trial sites into the system. You would select your region, and that will effectively give you the language automatically that you need, although you will need to make sure your phone language is also switched over as well. But the forms that we've built for each of the countries that are going through the pilot, it's already configured on the forms into the language that you require, but you will need to make sure your phone is operating in the local language as well. So just a reminder of how you do that. You come into settings again, and you can see there change language, and that will change your operating platform of your phone into the language that you need. And there will be more languages available before the pilot goes live. So coming back to how to use our product, now what we're going to do is let's pick something simple like an incident management solution. So in fact, what we'll do is we'll do an example of an incident. Here you'll see all the previous incidents are maybe in progress or submitted and closed out. So you get quick access to see everything that's going on in your environment. Now, if I want to create a new incident, this may be something that's reported directly through a QR code or directly through the app itself. So what are you reporting? I am reporting an incident. So quite simply, you just click on the buttons provided. And then now you're going to indicate the type of event that you're reporting. So we're going to select more than one here. So you don't have to have just one selection. I'm going to say there is a major injury and there was a motor vehicle damage involved as well. So I'd submit that, and you'll see now it's now providing the information needed. Now we need to provide details of who's reporting this. So I'm going to put myself in there as the reporter. Okay, and then if I stick in my surname. Okay, and then also it's very easy to change the date if needed by just touching on here. Hopefully you're reporting this on the day the incident happened. The next thing down is we're looking at the time. We can change the time, but again, hopefully you are reporting this at the time this happened. Incident near miss location. So although you have the option for GPS pin, there might be a specific part of the location you want to indicate, or the type of incident, sorry. So incident near miss location, front reception of the building. And you can see there I'm using speech to text. Speech to text is very popular in our product, so it makes what you do very fast. So we know where the specific incident happened. We now want to gather the GPS location, and we now want to grab a signature. This is now registered the fact that there is an incident underway. Now, clearly what we need to do now is provide a description of what happened. And again, using the speech to text makes it very easy. The incident involved a member of staff being injured from a contractor that was doing construction work, and also involved a vehicle that collided and created the accident. Okay, you can see that was very fast and efficient for the individual, so very, very useful. And again, you also have the ability to create photos and videos. So simple burger menu in the corner, the 3 dots. I've touched that, any point I can gather photos, videos. I can access my gallery on my phone, or I might want some more information about the task that I'm doing. So if you're not quite sure as you're using the product, what you should be doing, you can always view info and there will be additional instructions there. But let's grab some pictures of what we have just experienced. So let's take a few pictures. And let's say I also want to take a video. Videos are restricted. You can only do 8-second videos, but that's always enough. And that just makes sure that we manage the volume of data on the system, and then we upload that, and you can see that was very easy and fast to do. The other thing you have is you have the ability to create a folder if you want to put things like CCTV footage or anything in addition to support the evidence of this incident. You can tap into here and I can start accessing from that, either from the desktop or from my mobile. Okay, and then now we're going to select any immediate actions taken. So again, you can select multiple things here, just so that we're very clear about what actions are being taken as a result of the investigation. And then, click and to add immediate actions. So here, what we're going to do now is just capture the area has been isolated to make sure no other members of staff are at risk of being injured. Okay, and then now we're going to start capturing things like the involved party. So here you can add as many people as you need. You just press that add button and then it'll provide you the details. Please provide the name of the involved party involved in being reported. So Keith Smith. Okay, and then occupation, a member of staff. Okay, and then contact details here. So this might be, for example, email address, or could be a telephone number. So we'll just capture a telephone number here. Okay, and then you can add more individuals or less if you need to. So you can see that's very quick and easy to make sure that you've got all the details of the involved parties. Any damage details, exactly the same process here. I can then bring a list up and say there was some equipment involved. Some equipment was damaged in the process. We will need to get maintenance involved in the investigation. Okay, and then we can add more if there's more involved as well. And then we want any witnesses, and I won't do the witnesses, but let's say there are witnesses, same process again, you're able to capture that information. And now, and finally, you also have the ability to assign actions. And this is really important because this is where the automation comes into our platform. So here, I'm going to press the action button. I'm going to now confirm that I'm managing an incident. I'm going to confirm that the owner is going to be Jimmy. Could you please come on site and do a full investigation of this incident? We are very concerned. There are some lessons to be learned here, and we need to engage with the local management. Okay, and then you might want to give the due date. So I'd like this done by the 31st, and then we're going to give this a high priority, and we save. And that, you can see, is now queued up an action ready for me to save, and that will automate communications out to who needs to know. So if I now press save, that's now going to confirm. You can see now that's arrived at the top there stating that incident is now open. And if I open that up, you'll see now that that's giving me all of the steps of the formal investigation. You see here an email has just come in verifying that incident has occurred. And again, it was, as you can see, very quick, fast to provide the information needed. But clearly there are lots of steps that we need to go through now in terms of, assign investigation. We need to investigation at scene. So what actually happened at the scene, what involved parties were there, the first aider, etc. So let's start from the very top and start with assign investigation. So we'll come in here and we say, yes, I'm going to assign an investigator. Okay, please could you come on site and lead the investigation and coordinate this with all the team. I'm now going to allocate that to an individual investigator. So I'm going to be saying this is an incident, and I'm going to say, Jimmy, you have been appointed as the investigating officer. Please could you now take responsibility for the full investigation and closure of this incident. Okay, and then we come down here and we're going to give it a high priority and we're going to save that. And again, that's how simple that first step is to make sure someone has been allocated, and you can see it's marked up as successful and a signed investigation has occurred. Now what we're going to do is the investigation at scene. So this is important to make sure we understand exactly what's happened. So incident report. So we enter the number of the incident report number. This be your process, or it can be customized if it's a different process for you, for the way you work. And the department, transport. So it's a transport department activity at the time, construction work also alongside some transport activity. Okay, and then we have equipment involved, construction, working equipment, and transport. Okay, and then we've got supervisor and activity responsible, Tom Jones. Okay, now we're going to be looking at lost time tracking. So again, this may or may not apply, and you may have to do this later in the stage of the process. So let's assume we just at this stage, we don't know if there's any lost time tracking to occur. But if you do need to do it, it's very simple to do. Injured party, Keith Smith. Right, number of lost days. Start date, finish date. So we'll just make that now November. Obviously, sorry, we can't make it November. We'll go back in time. We say it was September. We'll go to start date first. Start date was September. Let's say September the 30th. And we choose that. It's now captured in the system. We then need to give the finish date. So let's say October, and we'll make that 21 days. And that's now captured into the system. And then we can add more as we go. Investigation officer, Tom Jones. Digital signatures. And then we save. And again, that's the next step in the process being completed. And again, what will happen is that the system will automatically be monitoring your lost days and all the regulatory reports that need to be compiled behind the scenes. Involved party statements. So again, very simple here. You can come in, complete all the documentation needed. Now, just to speed up this demonstration, I'm just going to just give you a look and feel of each of the forms as you go through. Your first aid, not only does it provide you that, but it also provides you interactive touch buttons and drop downs to speed up and make sure there's consistency in your reporting, and all the speech to text bubbles are there to make sure that it's fast, efficient in terms of what you're doing, including any actions that are allocated. Then in terms of any negative statements, so these may be individuals that got something to say, didn't witness the incident, but have information that's relevant to the investigation. The other aspects here is also any witnesses you want to capture. Again, it's there available for you to make sure you get any witness statements captured in your investigation process. Initial investigation approval. So that's after the relevant stages have been completed. This will get automated to your, let's say, senior manager to approve that stage of the process. And then investigation at desk. This is getting into the deep causation of what's happened. So again, all the things that you'd expect to see here to make sure that any actions that have been taken, any comments, what is your risk profiling, and most importantly about, like I say, getting into the root causation of what's happened. And then upload documentation. So again, the documentation needs uploading. That can be easily done just by touching on the relevant folder and then touching on and upload either through the desktop or indeed, as you can see, on the mobile. And then final approval sign off at the bottom. Now, how does this look when you look at the mobile? Sorry, at the desktop. So you come here and we go to the incident management solution, and here at the top one that we were doing, we can see is in progress. It's got my name as ownership, and we can touch on any process that's been completed. so we can see the assign investigation that's seen. I can touch on this, and this will give me everything I need to see, but also the investigation process that you saw an action created. And again, if we're coming down, anything else that you saw me create is available directly into the system, and clearly there's lots of other processes that need to happen. So hopefully, this will be a great experience for you, and we are excited to see how you get on with the process directly, and look forward to working with you and helping you navigate through the simplicity of our product. And of course, we can adjust and change this to the way you want, as we are a digital factory and it is powered to be exactly the way you work. There are no restrictions in allowing us to make that happen. Thank you so much for your time, and there will be further video demonstrations of other processes that will be available in these module training sessions.